Good morning, Asia. Good day, good morning, Europe and Africa. Good day, Asia, and good night, America. We will see you in the second part of our wonderful event. You are at the Unicorn Cup World Finals. We did it. We selected the best startups of the best through our world largest pitch contest, and you will see them in a little while. And I'm welcoming you, ladies and gentlemen, at this wonderful event. You will see the best investors, you will hear the pitches of the most extraordinary startups today. I see already a lot of you in the audience. Many more people will be pitching in while our event will go on. But before we start to the full extent, let's see a little video about us. Can we have a video, please? We are broadcasting to the whole world, and my name is Albana Todorova. I am CEO of this wonderful Unicorn.Events. You can send video about, and I am so happy to see you today because you are at the world finals of the world's largest startup pitch contest. Unicorn.Events, it's the truly extraordinary meeting point where startups meet investors directly. And we are already ready to go on. Welcome to the Unicorn Cup. And we are very grateful to the sponsors who made it all possible. Network VC, our syndicate fund, and the management company of our global ecosystem. It's the main center of our venture activities. And being a Ukrainian, it's an honor for me to announce that Network VC had created a special fund to invest into Ukrainian startups. Please follow the link to support this initiative. Silicon Valley Syndicate Club, it's a place where the hottest deals for business angels are made. If you want to invest into the startups that win our unicorn battles, together with the VCs and other business angels, scan this QR code or go to our event pages and join us to participate in the great deals. Startup Inc. for small check investors from all over the world. Follow the link to see the great opportunities. Thank you, our sponsors, so much. You have been with us through this season, through many seasons, and we really appreciate it. Because today, we have gathered all together after going over a huge number of startups applications from all the continents. Today, you will see best of the best pitch live at our amazing events. The winners of the preliminary unicorn battles that got the highest scores from our famous judges have the honor to present their region. Meet the contestants from all over the world. Today, we are going to have the contestants from the USA, Ukraine, Luxembourg, Colombia, Indonesia, Argentina, Turkey, India, Uganda, Malaysia, Thailand, Japan, Poland, United Arab Emirates, and Singapore. That is the really great collection. I hope everyone enjoys it. This amazing event is brought to you by us, Unicorn.Events. We are the world's largest startup pitch competition where successful startups that have a potential to become unicorns pitch for private investors and venture funds. We started our events back in 2009 and do them on a regular basis all over the world online. Just join us to see the best innovations and meet great personalities. Unicorn.Events really helps startups to fundraise, succeed, and become leaders in their industry. And I hope that next season will bring us many, many more exciting news. Our startup community keeps constantly growing, VC community keeps constantly growing, and we always welcome you because next season, we are starting in September, and it will be what you are looking for, what you have been asking us to do. Industry-focused season. All that you love, AI, fintech, health tech, biotech, everything. It's already at our landing pages. Go see, register startups. You have time to apply. Application is pretty straightforward. And of course, judges, we're always glad to see you. And every season, it's an exciting journey at Unicorn.Events. We travel all over the world, discovering startups in big and small ecosystem with the help of our great partners. Look at them. These are all wonderful people, great companies. Check them out. They're all on our site. Thank you so much for dedicating your time to Unicorn.Events. Thank you so much for opening to us the ecosystems of startups. We are looking in any place where startups are, and we have been all over the world, and many, many more new partners welcome. If you would like to do business with us, if you would like to open your startup ecosystem or VC ecosystem or business angel community to our global communities, please contact me and we'll talk about it. Welcome, because we like doing business in many parts of the world. That what makes us really global. And we are always online. We do our events offline and online, mostly online. You can sign up. Please do. That helps us a lot because many more startups will see what's going on and meet investors directly whenever stand in the middle. And follow us on our social pages, on YouTube. We really appreciate you being part of our great family. We're always glad to see you. And now, before the pitch events start, I would like you to welcome the girls you know and love, Lena and Kate, the girls that are scanning Asia, Africa, and part of the Middle East and source great startups always and bring the best judges to our events. Lena and Kate, how are you doing today?
Fine, thank you, Anna. Thank you and welcome all.
Happy to see you online. And by the way, it's my pleasure to express our gratitude on the behalf of the entire team to all our partners in this season. You can see all of them at the current slide and also at the landing page of today's event. I really advise you to check their websites to find even more options for profitable funding and possible fundraising. I'm sure that together we can do much more for each startup and for the whole ecosystem of the startups worldwide. Thank you for being with us and please stay in touch.
Thank you very much, Kate. And now it's time, as usual, to represent our special category of judges is official judges. And I know that Anna are ready to help us with this. Am I right, Anna?
Yes, Lena, as always, my pleasure to represent official judges. I remind you that we select the best startups. The way we select startups is by voting. Judges vote and evaluate the investment potential of the startups. And there are 4 categories of judges. Guests can vote, business angels is a separate category. Then our expert board judges that represent venture funds, accelerators, corporations, but we have also people who represent not only their entity, but an ecosystem, country that plays a crucial role in the startup industry. And today we have wonderful people who volunteered their time to join us. And let's start with a wonderful woman representing great country of Bulgaria, Albana Todorova. She's a venture partner with Raba Ventures and a rock star agri-food mentor. Hello, Albana.
Hello, Anna. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. Very big pleasure and honor to be again on the official judge panel. I work for Rabobank. We invest in agri-food and agri-tech and food tech startups in Europe, Israel, and North America. And happy to meet everyone and looking forward to a great event today. Thank you.
We do too, Albana. Great to have you with us. And please welcome official judge representing Ukraine, Yuri Serchenko. He's managing director at QP Digital. Hello, Yuri.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today. I'm proud to present Ukrainian VC at Unicorn Pitches. I'm Serchenko Yuri, managing director of QP Digital. We were the fastest growing VC fund previous year. We invest in fintech, deep tech, space tech in Ukraine, Europe, and North America. We invest startups on early stage and the seed stage. Our whole team in Ukraine now. We are not in investment mood right now because our investors is Ukrainian businessmen also. We are more about current liquidity and helping our existing startups. Good to see here so good selection of startups and judges. And wish you good luck, a perfect funding.
Thank you, Yuri, so much. And please meet official judge representing Netherlands, Kai Groenewald. He's founder and principal at Walking Street by being an investor at Midgame Fund. Hello, Kai.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Hi, everyone. I'm Kai. I'm humbled to be part of this event again. Thank you so much. I am focused on the games industry, primarily as an angel investor and executive, currently residing in the Netherlands. I wish everyone good luck and much success. There's an amazing lineup today, so I'm very excited to see the pitches. Good luck.
Thank you, guys, so much. And please meet official judges that are from other part of the world. Thank you so much, Aldo. I know in Peru it must be late night. Thank you for coming. Aldo is representing Peru today. Aldo Shinoni, he's founder and CEO at Palga, Peru. Hello.
I don't know if you can hear me. Yeah.
Yes, you're audible.
Thank you. It is very early here in the morning. I'm very glad to be with you, Anna, and all the team. And I hope you will have a very great battle. Palo here, we are all focused in technology, in fintech, and also AI, and what you were mentioning. Very glad that you are focused next events on that. I wish you the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Aldo, so much. And please meet Omar Abedin, representing Pakistan. Omar is a director and national of the National Incubation Center, Karachi, Pakistan, and CEO at Pak Tech Hub. Hello, Omar.
Hey guys, how are you? It's an honor and a privilege to be here again. Really excited to see what startups are, have been put together in this final list. Deeply honored to be representing Pakistan today, and just really psyched for the afternoon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Omar. And please meet Seljuk Ergin, representing Turkey today. Seljuk is a managing partner at Boza Ventures. Hello, Seljuk.
Hello, Anna. great to see you again. Thank you for inviting me. Glad to see you. Glad to be here. I am Selçuk from Boza as a partner. We are working, also I am working as a board member for companies and mentoring startups. We are experienced and interested in game, Web3, tech, cybersecurity, and SaaS startups. We are sector agnostic. Good luck to all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Selçuk. Welcome. And please meet Mikhail Zalishak, who is representing Czechia today. Mikhail is a co-founder and managing partner at Lighthouse Ventures Czechia. Hello, Mikhail.
Hi there. Thank you very much for inviting me. I've been participating in many events and always amazed to see great startups. We even invested in few of them. So thank you very much. We invest as early as idea stage, primarily in Central and Eastern Europe, and the tickets range between 400,000 euros to 1.5 million euros. And in the past years, we have been one of the most active funds in the region in terms of number of investments. So happy to be here, and thank you very much, Anna, for putting together a great event.
Thank you, Mikhail, for coming. And Lena, please introduce us to other judges.
Sure, Anna. So before we will start the hot part of our event, of our pitch competition, please greet our honored judges who volunteered the valuable time to our Unicorn Cup today. So, dear judges, please introduce yourselves and funds you represent shortly for 1 minute, pointing out the industry, check size, data, and geographical location of startups you invest in. So, who would like to be the first one? Please raise your hand, press the button, raise hand, and let's start. Naka, yes, please.
Hi, everyone. This is Naka from Japan. I'm CEO of Impact Innovation Japan. What we do is to connect Japanese corporates with startup ecosystems in Israel, mainly, and around the world. And also we do impact investing, especially in the areas of climate tech, biodiversity, water tech, food, agri-tech. And I'm very excited to be with you again for this at the final. So let's enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you very much and welcome. So Kai?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. My name is Kai. I'm a founding partner of True North Impact Investments out of Toronto, Canada. We are an impact VC focused on digital health and wellness. The facility is $30 million. 3 verticals: aging populations, digital health, as well as women's health. And we're deploying now. So I'm looking forward to meeting you, the digital health and wellness companies. Thank you very much.
Thank you and welcome, Thomas.
Yeah, hi. My name is Thomas Abraham.
Sorry. Yeah, hi.
You can hear me. I'm not muted. Yeah. I hope you can hear me now. Hello. Yeah.
Yes, we can. We can.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Now it's okay.
Okay. I'm Thomas Abraham. I'm the managing director at Hexa Global Ventures. We are an accelerator based out of the US, and we basically focus on B2B SaaS companies and help them land and expand in the US. So, we have a good track record with a number of areas like HR technology and a few other spaces. And we're happy to be here today. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much and welcome. So, next one, please. Yes, please.
Hi, this is Walid. I'm the managing partner of Untitled Ventures. Untitled Ventures is a venture studio and a fund focusing on Industry 4 and Web3. We are supporting startups in Middle East and Sub-Saharan Africa. And our ticket size basically is between 50 to 250,000 pre-seed at early stage. And we wish all the participants good luck today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Walid. Great to have you with us today. So next one, Nicholas.
Hi Hi, everybody. Nicholas here, investment associate at Blockchain Founders Fund.
You're
Pleasure to meet
muted
everyone.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're fine. You're good. I think, Lena, there's just a lag on the
Yeah.
lines. We do hear.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, cool. Yeah, so investment associate at Blockchain Founders Fund here. Pleasure to meet everyone. Blockchain Founders Fund is an early stage VC fund focusing on blockchain and Web3 companies globally, ticket sizes between 100K to 200K. We also run a venture program and have an amazing track record in scaling companies across the blockchain space. Thanks, and good luck to all the startups pitching today.
Thank you very much and welcome. So, who would like to be the next one? Yes, guys, please just raise your hand. Anybody else? Okay, girls, I think we can continue. Kate, please, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Lena. I just want to remind our startups that the format will be the same. You will have 3 minutes for pitch and 3 minutes for Q&A. I will be very, very strict, control the time strictly today. So do not be offended when I will interrupt you or even mute yourself, your microphone, because we need to follow the agenda and we finish on time. So let's not waste time and please meet our first startup, Topia, the winner of the Unicorn Battle California. Please, Danielle. Maybe you are muted because I don't hear you.
There we go. How's that? Better?
Yeah, let's
You can hear me. All right.
Yes.
So what is Topia? It's a social experience platform where anybody can create their own customizable worlds for real-time connection and play. You basically click and you move around within a big game world and you connect to anybody that's in your proximity. And it's really a focus on human connection and conversations rather than on an avatar. It's easiest to actually show this from within a world. And so I'm going to go into topia.io/regions NFT, which is for an NFT event in New York City next week that's happening. And if you want to jump into that URL, anybody can come in and actually be in here with me real time. So you can sort of see me in here. And this world is highly customizable. Everything can be moved, as I'm sort of showing here. It can be moved. It can be edited, deleted. And if there were 1,000 people in here, as sometimes there are at events, you're only connecting to the people, to the 9 people that are closest to you. You're also able to embed all sorts of content in here. So I've actually embedded the rest of my my pitch inside the world. And so I'm just going to kind of talk to you about this. If you come to the San Francisco one in 8 hours, you'll see a whole bunch of people in here running around. That'll give you a better sense. So the problems that we're solving are that gatherings online don't really resemble the experience of getting together in person. Zoom doesn't give you any kind of context. There's not really an experience layer. And it's really a broadcast where one person at a time is talking. Other metaverse platforms require clunky VR headwear, and you can't really actually see other people. They're also pretty difficult to access and to navigate. Topia feels very human. It's all about serendipity. It's about real conversations. You can embed all sorts of content like YouTube, spatial sounds, product demos, great for things like demand gen. It's also just browser-based. So it's a URL, topia.io/welcome is our welcome lobby. No hardware. It's easy to move between conversations. We also have most other platforms that you're used to, even things like Zoom, are built with a server architecture. We uniquely have invented something using peer-to-peer technology. See, there's somebody named Billy that just entered. Welcome, Billy. You can see him moving around there. If he gets close to me, we'll probably see his video pop up. But our peer-to-peer tech is an end-to-end encrypted tunnel between 2 people's devices. And so if you're hanging out with a bunch of friends and you think you're having a private conversation, in other platforms, that conversation may be being recorded or transcribed. In ours, it's an encrypted tunnel between 2 devices. And so it can't be recorded. It's truly safe. And this gives you a sense of what an event might look like. This is a VC event that happened in Topia a couple weeks ago, and you can see, when there are other people in here, that you're really seeing videos of other people that are close to you, and that video is on YouTube if you want to check it out later. Our pricing is $4 per user capacity, kind of like a venue for B2B. For B2C and for communities, it's $1 per user capacity, and we also have an enterprise offering that starts at $20,000 a month. We realized in December that we had over 3,000 companies come to the site every month. We weren't contacting anybody. And so you can see our revenue here. We really just had self-serve. We had no distribution at all. We were really focused on building out the product and the technology itself. And then in Q1, we started actually contacting people that were coming to the site, doing some outbound.
Thank you
I'm almost out of time. We also hosted Burning Man the last 2 years, and all these different companies have entrusted us. And we are hosting an event on Friday at NFT NYC for anybody that's going. If you want to see the digital space or check it out, then you are welcome to attend. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for great pitch. And now it's time for Q&A. Dear judges, Kai.
Hi, thanks for the pitch. Really interesting. I was wondering, is there a mobile component to this? Can I do this on my phone?
Oh yeah, it's mobile.
Okay.
It's mobile enabled. We've actually pared down some of the functionality to just make it easier. It's a little bit harder to navigate. So we zoom out the screen, you just click and you move around, and it's virtually the same.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And you're not planning to expand on the actual avatars. That's not your focus, right?
So our technology really is a backend technology. This is kind of a showcase. Topia.io is one experience type. We have our enterprise offering is actually really like a white label solution. You can customize the avatars, the UI, the UX, the typography, the experience types. And so, this is kind of like the first instance. Think of it like Unreal Tournament and Unreal Engine. We're really more of an engine.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Albana?
Yes, thank you for the great pitch. Just a quick question on your primary customer target group. I understand it might be event organizers, so a platform that would replace Zoom or anything else out there. But do you have also other low-hanging fruit in mind in terms of potential customers?
Yeah, great question. So we do have a lot of events. We have hundreds of events that are happening every week in platform, but our primary use case is actually really persistent worlds. So demand gen for sales teams or lead gen, having a world on your homepage, which we have ourselves. People can just click a button and basically get a demo, product tour, have a journey, even being able to have a directory essentially of YouTube content that's social and enables people to come together around different content. Those kinds of use cases are really blowing up for us, and that's what people are paying for in addition to sort of one-off events. Virtual office, sorry, one last thing is virtual office, another huge use case for us in sort of internal events, persistent stand-ups, all hands, those kinds of things.
Thank you very much. And we need to move on. The next one is the startup number 2, Cardioma Care.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me today. I'm Ksenia, co-founder and CEO of Cardioma, the solution that can save lives. Cardiovascular disease is still one of the biggest health challenges of our time. And we came up with the idea of Cardioma for our personal experience. We wanted to be aware of our parents' health condition. Heart disease remains the #1 killer, and the trend's likely to continue for years as a long-term impact of coronavirus will directly affect cardiovascular health. And every cardiologist we know says it's necessary to monitor the patient continuously. Every patient in their practices needs continuous monitoring. Cardioma technology is an AI-based solution that combines the reusable, waterproof, rechargeable, wearable patch for multiple using. It tracks all main vitals. Very easy to use and comfortable to wear. You put it on and it immediately starts to track the data. Clinical data goes to the cloud where proprietary algorithms provide analysis to detect many different kinds of irregular heart rhythms and send real-time feedback for both patients and clinicians. Patients review user-friendly information in the app that supports them in health self-management. Clinicians have access to web-based dashboard for analyzed by AI and presented in real-time patient data. Cardioma, the only one, provides real-time monitoring with real-time results, can be integrated in any EHR system. It's cost-effective, efficient for clinicians, and user-friendly for patients. We partner with testing facilities and sell directly to hospitals and cardiologists. We provide Cardioma patch, consumables, clinical analysis of data, and report generation. We build the practice fee for these services, and the practice bills the patient insurance for the CPT codes. Cardioma primarily operates in the cardiac monitoring device market. The other market segments are cardiac rehabilitation, pre- and post-operative monitoring, clinical research monitoring. We expand from the Netherlands to Germany, UK, Scandinavia, and United States. We launched pilot for cardiac rehabilitation in US, as well as a project of home-based monitoring of pre-operational patients and study in monitoring of post-COVID patients. Our product has passed clinical validation, clinical trials, and certification process. Company has established manufacturing, and we have launched sales in Eastern Europe last year. Currently, we are looking for late seed round for expanding in Europe and launch in the United States. We are a team of inspiring entrepreneurs, developers, data scientists, and commercial managers with experience of market launch in Europe, Brazil, and United States. And also, we are humbled to work with our medical, scientific, and technology advisors. We're backed by health tech accelerators, university medical centers, and grant programs in the United States and Europe. Give us a shot to help us save lives, and together we can save millions of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Ksenia. Okay, judges, your turn. Kai.
Yeah, hi, thanks, great pitch. Are you a software company or are you a hardware company? And
I
think I have a second follow on. What is your market traction in the US to date so far this year?
Thank you for your question. We are both. We develop hardware. It's a wearable patch, and also we develop software. We provide analysis of data. We have an app. We have a dashboard for clinicians. So we are both. And in the United States, we launched the pilot in San Francisco. Now it's pilot only for around 50 patients, but in summer we are going to launch in 3 more hospitals in California with a patient of around 300 patients.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Ksenia. It's Yuri from PP Digital. Tell us, please, what is unique in your technology? Is it patentable?
The great value of our technology, it's software, because we collect a lot of data from real patients, and now we have around 1 million data sets of real data, and we provide the uniqueness of our solution that we can analyze the data in real time with our unique algorithm and provide immediate and real-time feedback and analysis to patient and clinicians, both to clinicians and patients.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions, guys? Oh,
okay.
Okay, let's go on.
I can have a quick question.
Sure,
sorry.
sure, Peter.
So why not work with the third-party hardware? It doesn't sound like you have a proprietary technology on your hardware. Maybe it's a design, but why not use what's already out there and focus on the data and the software?
Yeah, we on our hardware we also have patent for design and for utility model, but we can't focus only on software because there is a lack of devices. If you go to hospital and you can only see the you can only be provided with Holter monitoring, and there is a lack of devices. Yeah, it's a very competitive area, but when you go to medical area, there is a lack of devices that really can provide the accurate tracking of ECG data.
Thank you, Ksenia. Let's continue with that. Next one is a startup number 3, the winner of the Unicorn Battle UK and Europe, Augmentus Robot.
Hi, everyone. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, hi, everyone. My name is Daryl. I'm one of the co-founders of Augmentus, a pioneer in no-code robotics software. So prior to starting Augmentus, my co-founders and I spent years developing and deploying industrial automation solutions for multinational companies. And that was when we realized the disastrous problem in robotics today. It's very difficult and it's very long to program. So conventional technologies require highly trained experts to program these systems, heavy fragmentation. Different brands have different programming languages. So just because you program one brand doesn't mean you can program another, and long downtime. On average, 4 to 6 weeks is needed to program these systems. And according to Deloitte and McKinsey, this results in a high cost in ownership. Close to 70% of the cost of robot ownership lies in programming and integration. And this is a huge problem. It's a $20 billion global problem. That is why my team and I came together to build Augmentus, where we solve these key industrial challenges using 4 key technologies. Firstly is rapid 3D scanning. We allow the user to generate digital twins of their system within a few seconds. Auto-calibration allows the system to accurately localize the robot in the 3D scan. And auto-path generation allows very complex robot motion to be generated in a few minutes compared to what would normally take a few weeks or a few months. And lastly, robot interoperability allows our system to work with multiple different brands in the market today. So here's a video of how our system works. First, the user scans the working environment to generate a digital twin of the system. It is very accurate. The accuracy is 0.5 millimeters, which is more than sufficient for most applications on the market. Then the user simply needs to select the surface that they would like the robot to operate on. So for this case, it's a sending application, contact-based sending. And then our system will automatically plan the most optimized robot motion for the user. So within a few minutes, you'll be able to simulate the environment and then deploy the robot code to the robot controller. So prior to Augmentus, this process would normally take at the very least 5 days to 10 days, but we do it within a few minutes, as you can see in this video. So Augmentus is an industry-leading robot engine that's built on multiple years of R&D and international PCT patents around 3D scanning, intelligent motion planning, and many more as well. And compared to our competitors, we are 20 times faster. This is because of our patented technologies around digital twin creation, auto-calibration, and automated path generation that allows us to take what would normally be 10 to 7 days all the way down to 30 minutes. We are an enterprise solution with a scalable SaaS model. We charge an annual recurring license per robot cell for the system integrator and the users to use our platform. And our go-to-market is in 3 key areas: spraying, sending, and material handling. And this is predominantly being used in industries like aerospace, automotive, and supply chain. There's a huge market opportunity in this alone, $7 billion for 508,000 robots in operation. We are already generating revenue before our launch, so we do project to launch our product in Q4 this year. But even before that, we are already generating revenue. We have 19 clients with some of the notable names like Fujitsu, P&G, Johnson & Johnson, 6 SI resellers, and we have a very strong and healthy annual recurring revenue pipeline of $5 million. So for this year, we're looking to hit an ARR of close to 1 million. So we've raised a pre-round. Thank you so much. Thank you. So join us.
Dear experts,
how often do these factories change the robot use case? Is it like a regular, or they set up and it works for like a year, or how does it work?
That's an excellent question, Michael. So actually most factories today, even the automotive companies and aerospace companies that we work with, their part-to-part variation is relatively high. So what it means is that once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, there will be a need to reprogram the robot. It's very common. I think people, whenever they think of robotics, they think that you set up one time, you can use for many years. That's very seldom the case. most of the time, actually, there needs to be some reprogramming. And that's why the cost can spike up very, very highly, because you need to hire teams of engineers and then outsource this to system integrators. So we solve that problem entirely for the end user. Yep.
Naka, please, your question.
Yeah, maybe you could tell us more about your competitive advantages. You showed it already, but can you go back to that? Right.
So sorry, I had to glance through it, but basically, the current technologies is very online-based teaching. So you have to stop production entirely, and you have to manually program the robot from start to end. So either using teach-pendant-based programming or even simulation software, it's very common that you take at least 1 week to even a few, like 2 weeks to program application that you saw earlier. So for us, we solve these industrial challenges using the technologies I mentioned previously around 3D scanning, so digital twin creation, auto calibration, and automated path generation. And the best part of it all is that we work with many, many different brands. So we have exclusive partnerships with many of the brands in the market, like ABB, Nachi, Yashikawa, and many more coming up in the pipeline as well, so that we're able to deploy for the end client. Yep.
Okay, so these technologies are deployed within your team without doing outsourcing, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
So everything is built in-house in the team at Augmentus. Yep.
Right. Thanks.
Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, judges.
So let's move on, Kate.
Next one is startup number 4, the winner of the Unicorn Battle Latin America. Look up Maurizio. Please share.
They have technical problems. Number 5 will be there.
Oh, okay. Startup number 5, Tokban, the winner of the Unicorn Battle APAC, Indonesia.
Yes, all right. So hi everyone, I'm Jordi, along with Tiffany, the co-founders of Tokban, Indonesia's B2B construction e-commerce platform connecting construction material suppliers with builders. And we're excited to tell you that Tokban's 6 months GMV has reached over $1 million, launched 8 months ago. Now, let's take a look at the important players in the construction industry. So we have suppliers facing challenges in maintaining inventory level, pricing at market value, and offering payment terms to customers. And on the other side, buyers seek the cheapest one-stop shop that offers payment term. And there are close to 400,000 troubled buyers and suppliers who struggles in operating their businesses. Where procurement is a nightmare, where tens of products could lead to thousands of choices to make. What if these buyers could order as simple as going through a McDonald's drive-thru? So Tokban aggregates buyers' orders into a one-stop shop solution for materials, getting faster delivery, transparent product quality and pricing, access to selection, and payment terms with suppliers. And over the last 5 years, the Indonesian construction materials market has grown to a $100 billion industry today. Successes in traditional B2B product distribution like FMCG's Udang Ada and Ula, agriculture's Eden Farm and Tani Hub, and auto parts AutoClicks are proving that users or businesses are ready to buy online, with proven models that can be tailored to Indonesia. Tokban stands out by uniquely solving core problems in the supply chain by providing a one-stop shopping experience, integrated B2B pay later, offering same-day delivery, and frequent price updates. And we monetize by taking up to a 15% margins from sales and a 2.3% from Tokban Pay Later's transaction fee. This enables Tokban to be cash flow positive and expand margins from the sales volume and cash payment discounts, giving us up to a blended 6% margin from our GMV. Tokban's retention rate is 87.5%. We are 5 times better than the industry average delivery speed, product selection, and procurement and cash flow savings. And we will be 10 times better than what it is today. And the Tokban team brings complementary skill set and network, where myself and Tiffany have combined 50 years of exposure in construction development and its materials distribution. And our tech team is led by former CTO and tech lead with combined 20 years of building products from scratch and scaling up DevOps with an exit to Australia's Afterpay. And our April GMV has reached over $200,000, and we've partnered with over 100 suppliers to date and have 30 recurring buyers with an average order value of $700. And we will continue to grow 10x by the end of the year and sustainably reach an annualized GMV of 200 million in 2023 and 600 million in 2024 by supply chain expansion, partnership with principals, launching awards and loyalty program, and high margin cross sells. And so thank you for your time. If you'd like to learn more about Tokpan and how we're revolutionizing the construction materials market in Indonesia, please reach out to me.
Kate, you're muted probably. Thank you very much for great speech. And so we have first question from Walid. Walid? You are muted. You are muted, sorry.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. And I just want to ask about the local competition in global and barrier to entry in this segment.
Could you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to ask about your competition locally and globally, and your barrier to entry for other competitors or new entrants in the market.
Yes. So right now we have existing players that have launched in Indonesia. We're active in a similar market, target market. However, we are targeting more of an MSMEs type of buyers. So we have these fragmented retailers of building materials and also more of an organized contractor list in which both have know exactly what they need and how many of each items they need. So right now, the competitive landscape is looking at more of a SaaS play versus us, where we focus more on the e-commerce and integrated B2B pay later fintech. And they're more on like white labeling products. So they produce their brand and they become sort of a principal in the market. And to answer the second question was about more on how we see the market entry or barrier with it. One of the challenges right now today is more on having a compilation of orders, so aggregating everything together is still worrisome for the buyers, meaning that so whenever the buyers, they need to pick, they need to contact several suppliers in order to really make the order for inventory or project dropship, right? Meanwhile, they can come to us and get everything at one place. Trust is a big issue here because our average order value is $700. And so they need to really know who they're ordering from. So we send out our sales team or canvasser out there to introduce what Tokpan is and get insights from the buyers.
Thank you, Jordi. Time is almost over. So if judges have any other questions, please ask on chat.
Yeah, we have Aldo. Sorry, Kate. We have one more question from Aldo.
Yeah,
Aldo,
but time is over. We need to move on. Please, Aldo, ask your question.
Just a brief question. How do you standardize the logistics and delivery? Because you offer same-day delivery. You have many sources. So you are all not just the platform. You are also a logistic company.
Not for today. So today our suppliers are the ones who deliver the products to the retail warehouse or the project location. Alternatively, we do also work with the third-party logistics to pick up and deliver the goods if the suppliers get an overload orders on their end.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jordi. Next one is the winner of the Unicorn Battle Asia. I'm sorry, Latin America. Who else? Thomas?
Hello, everyone. How are you? Okay, let's go. So have you taken an Uber in Latin America? Basically, there are 65 chances that the driver was not the owner of the vehicle. My slides are not moving on, but I'll move on. 92% of can I share my screen again? It doesn't seem to be sharing. Okay, sorry. Can I start all over again?
You can go.
Thank you. So 65% they don't own a vehicle, and 92% of those people do not have access to credit. Wheels provides loans for mobility gig workers using their driving history as a credit score. The driver downloads our application, they connect to their favorite mobility apps, and then they get a credit offer that can be activated paperless in a few seconds. We provide microloans, consumer loans, and rent-to-own car loans that allow the driver to become an owner. Microloans are offered at 0% interest rate under a weekly subscription fee, and major loans are offered through a traditional interest rate model. The global market is huge. In Latin America, the gig economy generates $110 billion, and we are focusing on transport-based services, an $84 billion opportunity. Uber Money and similar solutions lack a multi-app approach. We have our own behavioral scoring engine in comparison to other fintech companies. Rental companies, on the other hand, do not generate the sense of ownership that allows drivers to increase their earnings by 50%. Similar startups are doing the same, but they don't have our scoring engine or our mitigation strategies. That's how we're different from the competition. We launched in Argentina. We have issued almost 200 loans for 70 drivers. We are growing our users through a member get a member strategy and lending more money each month. In 18 days, we will be launching in Chile, and let me tell you, this is just the beginning. We will become the mobility super bank for more than 8 million gig workers in Latin America. Want to join us? And remember, next time you get an Uber, don't forget to congratulate the new owner. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. Walid, please, your question.
Yeah, I think your approach is solving a major challenge in the industry. I've got a couple of questions. Question one is, where do you get the capital pool? You need to offer those loans together. So is this self-funded? Are you tying up with any institution? This will be my first question. My second question will be, is there any study on how this has contributed on the margin for those gig workers? Because this is a global issue right now. Their margin is shrinking because of cost of fuel and other stuff, and competition particularly. So if you could answer those two questions.
Yes, of course. For funding the loans, we have an SPV, so we do not fund the loans ourselves, and our architecture is ready to offer loans from a bank directly through our application. So we could do both ways. And can you repeat me the second question?
Second question, fuel price is increasing. So if these guys are leasing from third party against owning, their margin will be, let's see, 10%. Once they buy the vehicle, have you had any studies on how their margin or their revenue will improve after they buy the vehicles?
Yeah, basically that's, I would say, the sense of ownership. That's something that Americans have in an amazing paper. They say if the driver feels like the owner of the vehicle and not renting the vehicle, they can increase their revenue by 50% and they can reduce cost maintenance at half. So yes, we are changing their lives.
Thank you. Albana?
Yes, thank you. A quick question on competition. I think unless you have some very strong competitive advantage, it's quite difficult to keep your first entrant advantage. So what do you plan to do different than potential new competitors, like other startups that come into this space and so on?
Yeah, well, actually, there are startups. Lisi in Peru, Nibi in Argentina. We have our own proprietary scoring engine that is based on behavioral economics. So that's our huge differential for those startups. And another thing is that we have a few risk mitigation strategies implemented in Argentina, Chile, and Mexico that allow us, from the technical point of view or from the legal point of view, reduce those risks. And we aim to include financially millions of people, so our interest rate cannot be super high. We need to mitigate risk in order to, offer a better value proposal. And our interest rate is it's a 50% from the rest of the competition. So we are much cheaper than whatever is in the market right now. Thank you.
Aldo?
Yes, just to understand, you say you offer the loans from the bank, but you offer with a better interest than the bank. And also the user, the final user, uses an app to request the loan from you, or it is through the store?
Okay, so the second question, yes, the user has a mobile wallet that has a embed finance, so he has a virtual account where we can deposit the money and we can, collect the earnings. And the first question, Aldo, it was, oh, you said about the bank. So basically our architecture is ready for us to offer our own loans, or we can offer a loan that could be powered by Santander. So basically we can be a distribution channel for banks and financial companies that want to aim this segment, or we can offer our own credits. Yeah, we have both things available.
And you also focus in unbanked people, because we have that problem here in South America and many parts of the world, that the unbanked people is more. There are more than the.
Yeah, basically we focus on underbanked. I mean, the drivers have an account because they collect their earnings in that account. The problem is that they don't have anything but the account. They don't have credit. So basically, we are focusing on underbanked, not unbanked population. That it's the much challenging population, because opening an account
is more risk and more challenge. Yes, I understand.
That's right.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. Let's continue.
You're welcome.
Chair. Thank you very much. And dear judges and guests, let me remind you that you need to vote. And in order for your votes to be counted currently, please put marks to all startups. It's very important. Very important that you evaluate every startup pitching today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next one is Startup Sea Rover, the winner of the Unicorn Battle Asia.
Hello, I'm Ilkel. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'll be telling about VRover today. Shall we start already?
Please, yes.
Okay. At VRover, we provide robotics and software solutions for the predictive and preventive maintenance of the renewable energy assets. We provide autonomous solutions for increasing efficiency, reducing the costs on the O&M, and reducing the dependency to the field technicians that are still highly dependent on the technicians for the renewable energy assets maintenance. So we are mainly in three main areas, as in hydropower, wind power, and solar power. In hydropower plants, actually one start and stop equals to $2 million of loss, which can be only compensated by 50 working hours of the hydropower plant. In the wind turbines, actually corrosion and cracks can cause to the loss of a wind turbine, which is equal to $1.2 million. And also, in addition to that, insurance cost adds an additional of 17% to the O&M cost. And on solar panels, dirt and scratches actually reduces the cost by 4%, which causes to a revenue loss of $4 million yearly. So at VRover, what we do is that we provide robotics, software and IoT solutions by providing predictive and preventive maintenance and early damage detection tools with the same software system for the risk planning of the hydropower, wind power, and solar power plants. In the underwater robotics part, we do inspection of hydropower plants, offshore platforms. We detect the damages on an early phase and do the inspection. So in the wind turbines, we use a sensor-based system detecting the damages in a very early phase and enabling the early action and risk planning with acoustic and vibration data gathering and analyzing this data with the AI tools. On the solar panels, we have an autonomous cleaning system that also detects the damages with the same algorithm on the solar panels. So in this way, we actually save a cost of $20 million in hydropower plants. We increase the lifetime of solar and wind power plants by 25%. And in addition to that, we increase the safety of the operations, maintenance operations in the renewable energy assets. In the wind power IoT, we use a software as a service system. We receive monthly subscription fee from our service. In the underwater robotics part for the hydropower plants, we provide the operation service itself with our own operation team, which is an hardware as a service operation. On solar panels, we also have a software as a service system. We receive monthly subscription fee from the systems on the solar panels.
Thank you very much, Nikias. Time for pitching is over.
Thank you.
So let's start our Q&A session, guys. And yeah, judges, please be active. It's very important for our participants today. It's for Unicorn Cup. So Kai, yes, please.
Hi. Yeah, great presentation. Thank you. I think you just had to stop where I had a question of what the distribution between the service and the hardware revenue is at the moment and how you see this develop.
Yeah, our total revenue, well, actually in the last 16 months, we had a revenue of 1.5 million USD. We are a 4-year-old startup, but our commercialization was in the last 16 months. So we are in an increasing position. We receive our revenue from our services.
Cool, awesome. Are you working with any of the manufacturers of the actual equipment?
Yeah, we work with TPI Composites, Total Energies, energy companies, mostly.
Cool. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Walid,
I've got 2 quick questions. First, I think the name has been changed from Zerover to Wearover because in the voting we see it's a Wearover.
Definitely, we are going through a rebranding because we started with underwater robotics and actually saw the need and gap in renewable energies for our technology. So we expanded our portfolio. So we're not only in the sea part, but on the renewables part at the moment. So that's why we're going through a Wearover rebranding.
Great. This takes me to another question. Is that how would you standardize? Because also you would use the same algorithm for those 3 types of services, but how would you standardize, the operation, the offering, and basically how would you standardize, these services?
I'm not clear about your question. Sorry.
Okay. You're serving like solar panel, you're serving the sea, each one has its own challenges in terms of problem. Are you standardizing this or you're offering separate product for everyone?
Well, it's actually the same software and same system. It's all early damage detection, inspecting and early damage detection and health monitoring. So it's all the same service and the customer is the same. It's all the energy companies as a customer. So we don't have to market all like put effort for marketing for all of these products, but we have one energy company and we can actually work in all of those energy areas in wind, hydro and solar.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next one is the runner-up of the Unicorn Battle Central and Eastern Europe. Verben.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me already?
Yeah. Hi, Chris.
Perfect.
Yeah,
we can hear. I do have to share. Yeah, it sounds perfect. Okay, so let me start. So once again, I'm Chris. I'm founder and CEO at Verb, Visual Beings Framework for Autonomous Customer Experience and Metaverse. But I also want you to meet my virtual being, and I hope it works. Oh.
Hey, I'm Chris, a virtual being made in our CEO image. Internet users are bombarded with textual information, and businesses have less than 8 seconds to attract customers' attention. only 10% of the information is retained when read, compared to 95%. Hey, I'm Chris, a virtual being made in our CEO image.
There was a
Internet use.
Okay.
Essentially, today's flat interfaces are not enough to keep users engaged. Brands struggle to provide an engaging human-like communication at scale. Data show that due to poor customer service, US companies lose a total of $1.6 trillion.
So
essentially,
we lost with the technology, but essentially, I hope you do understand that the problem that flat interfaces are not enough. So one would ask the question, what is the customer's interface of the future? And we believe that the missing link is a virtual being in the automatic communication. It's a universal interface that everyone learns since birth. We don't know, we all know how to speak to other humans, essentially. And at Verb, we provide a hub for virtual being creation, which is a task platform where essentially any brand can transform its brand into interactive virtual being. And once you do it in the cloud, then you can actually deploy it anywhere and create this seamless omni-channel customer experience that works 24/7. It can work online, like a regular chatbots, like this kind of pop-ups that you already know. It can work in offline on digital signage and kiosk in all kinds of stores, gyms, hotels, etc. The example you see here is from the conference, for example, and obviously in metaverse and actually any kind of virtual world of the upcoming metaverse. And there will be many. And when it comes to product landscape, we are already integrated. We have already integrated with most popular avatar frameworks, including Ready Player Me, Unreal MetaHuman, and Character Creator, as well as the conversational AI frameworks, including Dialogflow, Raza, Microsoft Bot Framework, and BotPress. On top of that, we provide additional SDKs for Unity, Unreal Engine, and Web, as well as pre-built apps, so users can easily launch in their existing services. The pitch deck that you saw initially, if you want to, you can go to this link, scan this QR code, then you can go through this interactive Verb deck as well, or just send me a direct message afterwards. Our business model consists of 3 layers. So one is the direct B2B to small, medium brands, where we offer a presenter mode, so like a built-in editor, where you can design this kind of conversations or this kind of decks that you see in the beginning. Currently, we also work with partners, including chatbot agencies, marketing product agencies, where we provide them with technology and they build the end-to-end solutions for their customers. And we also do a little bit of agency work for large enterprises. So our current status, we have now more than 200 people already signed up in first half of this year. We have already 10 partners from all around the world, including Europe, Canada, Japan, and Korea, using our SDK. So eventually they want to build it for others as well. And we done 2 projects, and we have signed 2 next consecutive projects for the enterprise for this year.
Thank you, Chris.
Michael.
Michael.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear.
And we have already had a question, Michal.
Yeah, I already talked to Chris, so I know this startup. What is you mentioned omni-channel, but the physical devices need also like a remote care and less difficult to scale. So why don't you focus only on the online, which is good enough or great enough space for you to grow?
Yeah, so online is good enough for now, but essentially, like that's why we started from building web integration. So this is something which already works. We recently updated it a little bit, so it's easier for anyone to use it. The digital signage is this kind of like bridge between what we have today and what will be the metaverse. And the huge promise is the metaverse. So we essentially build the business not for today, but essentially for something that is coming. And metaverse markets, this is something that already is worth like $60 billion. And is projected to be worth $1.5 trillion by 2029. So that's where the big money is. So that's why we have to, although we are not focused super on signage and other like metaverse channels, but this is where we want to be once it's there.
Thank you, Kai.
Hey, good looking avatar there. I have a question. How are you how are you, what's unique on your solution compared to the character creation that's basically embedded into the big metaverse platforms that are active today? How are you separating yourself from that, and what's the benefit?
Yeah, so essentially with the avatars, you only have like a static avatar then that the users have to drive themselves. You don't have any platform yet, like a metaverse platform that has like this kind of interactive virtual beings that you can speak to like you would to a chatbot, like virtual beings as the chatbot made for metaverse. That's what I would use as a comparison. And in our case, we want to be the integrator. So we want to work with chatbot agencies so they can, or product agencies, VR marketing agencies, etc. So they can use the technology and build final solutions. When it comes to frameworks, that's the same story. Essentially, the businesses that already created chatbots, they will want to move to metaverse. That's why we want to be there for them. So that's the difference between, like what you have as an avatar today and what is a virtual being. So virtual being is something which will be used to automate communication with as a business.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Let me redirect Nicholas to chat because time is over. We need to move on to the startup number 9. Right link, the winner of the Unicorn Battle Middle East and Africa, Daniel.
May I request that I do next, kindly?
Okay.
Thank you.
So we go on with the startup number 10, the winner of the Unicorn Battle North America, BioTrillion. Saban, if you are ready, please.
I'm ready.
Great.
Great. Good morning, afternoon, and evening to everyone from the USA. My name is Savan Devani. I'm the founder and CEO at BioTrillion. We're a deep tech digital health startup focused on the massive problem of late disease detections and expensive drug development. Our mission is to empower 1 billion ordinary people with access to extraordinary health insights. So let's see how. Our focus innovatively combines 3 powerful domains: the smartphone, which now sits in over 3 billion people's pockets, in particular, the annual advancing camera power, AI-based computer vision to train that smartphone to see millimeter and millisecond details that we humans cannot, and of course, anatomy, specifically your eyes and your face, which naturally interact with that camera every time you look at your phone, over 100 times a day. We've assembled a multidisciplinary team of folks with a rare combination of life data and computer sciences from respected backgrounds in the industry. My background, I have 2 degrees in bioengineering, 12 years of life sciences investment banking, focus on M&A across drugs, devices, and diagnostics, and we're hiring. And like our team, we believe in bringing an interdisciplinary mix of investors. We've raised 2.2 in our seed round from investors who hail from prominent tech and health institutions. I'm proud to say many of them are all repeat investors. So more specifically, what if the smartphone that's already in your pocket could measure signs of potential diseases from just a 5-second healthy selfie? Your eyes and face contain more features about your health than any other visible area on your body. When were yours last measured? We've developed a portfolio of 5 digital biomarkers, which are now physiologically and medically backed to provide insights into your 3 most vital organs: your heart with heart rate from the face, your lung with blood oxygen, also from the face, and your brain with pupil reflex, eye tremor, and hand tremor. These 3 organs account for a majority of diseases of the human body. A quick demo here of a simple iPhone camera measuring all our digital biomarkers in parallel from a single healthy selfie, and you'll see an example of heart rate right at the top. It's about to, there we go. It takes a couple seconds. Healthcare is a $7 trillion global market, and while we won't claim that's our TAM, you'll see that our technology platform is one of the few digital health technologies that has applications vertically up the entire stack of stakeholders. Pharma for decentralized trials and accelerated drug development, physician providers for remote disease detection and monitoring, insurance payers and for earlier disease detection and reduced risk. And a little bit deeper example would be providers such as telehealth, which right now is a HIPAA compliant Zoom call. It needs to be advanced to the next paradigm. physicians will be incentivized when they can actually measure you and bill that to the insurance companies. And they can't do that today, but they can with our solution. So why now? Let me just wrap up with my last slide. Why now? Today's smartphone optical hardware represents one of the single most under-leveraged opportunities for consumer health. How many apps can you think of that do something truly innovative with that camera? The industry is looking for that next killer application with a more compelling value proposition than just Face ID. BioTrillion believes that killer app is health, and I'd encourage you to think about the future and how you could be part of it going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for great speech, and let's start Q&A session. The judges will lead. Yes, please.
I'd like to ask about the amount of data you've been aggregating up to now to create a trained model that can really bring up that accuracy. Also, we're dealing with healthcare.
Yeah, so we actually use a mix of both classical fixed role computer vision approaches and then deep learning based computer vision. So in the case of the pupil, these can be prospectively labeled. I think it's a big mistake for a lot of health companies to go backward, retrospective in time, and expect to get the data on the label in the health domain. I think an exponential amount of data will be generated prospectively, and the features, if you select those features accordingly, will give you that advantage. So in the case of the eyes, that's using AI. In the case of heart rate from the face and blood oxygen from the face, that's using a mix of classical and AI. So it just depends.
What I meant by my question, what are the outlets that you're going to collect the data? For example, Effectiva some time back does something quite similar for in-cabin comfort for vehicles. She has an app which was just for fun, detecting your emotion status. And this app went viral, and they collected a lot of data to get that. So how are you going to achieve that critical mass of data to get?
Let me start with the fact that we have the data to get all 5 of our digital biomarkers on average 90% accuracy and precision. Going forward, though, we will be doing what we call reinforcement learning. We do all the inference locally on the phone. So smartphones now have neural engines, and they can do inference there. And we basically extract the measures and then delete the underlying face for ID and HIPAA compliance purposes, but can continue to do learning on everyone's individual device.
Thank you very much. Next question from Peter.
Yeah, I'll be really short. What TRL you at?
Sorry, say your question again.
What technological readiness level you are at?
Oh, so we have two pharma companies lined up. We've actually told them we need a couple more months to actually deploy. So our first market will be pharma, and we'll probably be there by the end of the year.
Yeah, but I mean, what stage is your product at? Is it in trial? Is it a prototype? It's definitely not on market. It doesn't sound like.
No, it's not. It's pre-commercial still. So we're moving from, I guess you could say, proof of concept to MVP, and the MVP will be done in a couple months.
And I assume you have plenty of patents on it.
We do. In fact, we're probably very overly active in patents. If I could do something different, I would not be so active, and I would say the best defense is to continue to innovate.
Thank you. Thank you for a great presentation. And let's back to startup number 9. Brad Link, are you ready now? Ben?
Yes, I'm ready.
Super. Share your screen.
All right. Just 1 second.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Daniel Mukisa. I'm the CEO at RideLink. And yes, at RideLink, we live and breathe and think small businesses. So what is RideLink? RideLink is an e-logistics platform that connects small businesses to a pool of truck drivers to enable safe and affordable movement of cargo. So we leverage artificial intelligence and machine learning to aggregate demand for small businesses. Just to give it a bit of perspective why this is important, if you're to look at my current slide, any business in the US that's moving products spends about 10 cents on a dollar on transport. And when you go to Europe, it's about 13%. Asia, China, you're thinking 14% and 20%. When it comes to Africa, the equation changes. So for every dollar spent, 40 cents is spent on transport. Now that's a huge difference. What that means is small businesses don't retain enough profit, so they stay small, they don't scale, and some die at infancy. What is the solution to this problem? So we, together with my team, came up with an ingenious solution, which is almost simple. And the idea was, can we cut out the brokers in the supply chain? Can we avail enough information for the shippers, the truckers, and the businesses? And so we created a platform, which is RideLink. It connects the small businesses to a pool of truck drivers, and they can get information reliably and be able to move cargo from A to B. We work on 4 verticals. That's agriculture, manufacturing, health, and e-commerce. And our business model is very simple. So we charge a 15% commission at the end of every trip. To date, we've completed 86,000 trips out of 100,000. That's about 80%. We've moved about 2.6 million tons of cargo. We currently operate in 7 countries and have a fast move advantage in 4 of these countries, but all these are in Africa. With a driver pool of 5,000 drivers, we've been able to reduce cost of transport up to 29.8% for the customers that we've worked with over the past years. That's how our numbers look like. And very importantly for us, it's the fact that we can bring down this cost of transport for the small businesses. Why RideLink? Well, on our platform, any businesses can now enjoy what you would call economies of scale. So 5 small businesses can use our platform to put their cargo in 1 truck, moving on in the same grid, but just different drop-off points. Also, for the very first time, small businesses can now track and trace their produce from the point of production right to different points up to the end point. Our platform can be plugged in any e-commerce sites, can be plugged in any inventory system or any other website, so that we enable automated dispatch. And very importantly, we use AI and machine language to enable route optimization, which is very important in such unprecedented times. So our team currently, we have about 25 people spread across these 7 countries, data scientists, including logisticians and software developers. And we are currently...
Let's not limit time for Q&A. I think it's even the most important part of the pitch. Walid, please ask your question.
Yeah, great pitch, Daniel. I've got 2 questions regarding technology readiness. Machine learning, all this stuff. How ready your technology is as of today? And my second question, have you raised any fund before? And if you do, what this money deployed for? How much markup it has contributed towards you moving forward?
Thank you very much, Walid, for those questions. How ready is our technology? Is our technology ready? Our technology is good. Could it be better? Yes, there is room for improvement. The way we decided to go about our business is we are choosing to let the business dictate how the technology is developed. So in Africa, you notice that there is an uptake of technology, but it's not as fast as it is for more developed markets. So what we decided to go about our business model, so we reach out to the market. What the customers give us as feedback is what we then integrate in the technology. So I would say currently on our platform, the people that use our platform, We have about 40% automation and 60% we're supported with a call center and manual processes. To answer to the second question of have we raised any capital to date? Yes, last year and the year before we raised capital from Omedia Network and the Ansisha Prize and also Otis Africa Capital. So to date we've raised in total about $300,000 as pre-seed. What have we used the money for? So one, we expanded our team we have two main offices, but with soft offices in these 7 countries. So we expanded our teams in these places. We also have done a bit of improvement in terms of our technology, especially the functionality. Now the most important steps that we're looking at is UI UX that we're going to be moving into as well. We've also been doing a lot of customer experience and customer acquisition. Thank you.
Thank you very much for great pitch. And we have first questions, Naka.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. Are you planning to move over to the rest of the Africa? Just focusing on East Africa for next year?
We are, again, we expand according to need. So currently, of the 7 countries we operate in, we have a first mover advantage in 4 of those countries. We are very keen on expanding into other markets within Africa and even in the other next billion-dollar markets, So we are keen to expand where the need takes us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Time is over. The advice for the rest participants: be laconic at your answers because not all questions can be voiced due to the time limits. And we are back into the regular pitch order. Startup number 10 has already pitched, and the next one, startup number 11, runner-up of the Unicorn Battle Pack, Logistic. Am I right with the pronunciation? Nurul?
Hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Is my screen visible?
Yes, but also I see myself in your right corner.
And we don't see your video yourself.
Oh, okay. My apologies. Hold on, yeah. Yep, I'm here, but
we can see you can see your screen.
Yep. Okay then. Let me start. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Ali, co-founder of Logistics. One of the silver lining of the pandemic is actually the fast adoption of e-commerce, especially cross-border e-commerce. Euromonitor expect cross-border e-commerce to be a USD $1 trillion to $2 trillion market accordingly. Interestingly enough, 60% of all cross-border e-commerce will be from, to, or intra Asia Pacific. This has resulted on certain impacts on the logistics industry. While demand is increasing, the supply of doing cross-border e-commerce or service provider in cross-border e-commerce is still very little, with many still dependent on the traditional integrators such as UPS and DHL. So there's a demand or pressure for the logistics industry, especially the conventional guys, to look into offering B2C services and increasing their network. But the challenge with regards to cross-border is also the complexity of duties and tax, understanding it and understanding how to charge the customers, especially if they are selling with fully landed costs. So the challenge that the logistics provider face is basically time and resources to develop the network, inefficiency for them to invest in developing the network, and also the lack of transparency and understanding on cross-border e-commerce. So what Logistics is, we are a B2B SaaS unified API platform for the logistics industry. Since we have been established 10 months ago, we are already operating in 14 markets. We have onboarded 90 network partners and have created 182 cross-border lanes. What does this mean and all? Our clients, the logistics providers, can design and build their entire e-commerce supply chain with 100% control of who they want to work with and 100% transparency on the rate and also on duties and tax. So prior to this, a client of ours will take 3 to 6 months just to onboard one network partner in one country. Through the logistics platform, within 1 week, they can be connected to all 90 network partners in all 14 different countries with just one API connection and still 100% control on how they want to design their cross-border e-commerce supply chain. More importantly, as of today, we have 18 active clients all over the world. This has resulted to 80% saving in terms of manpower, in terms of operations and technology, 30% savings in terms of cost when using our modular services. And this has also resulted a 20% increase of revenue for most of our network partners. More importantly, with that one API connection, they enjoy network multiplier effect, meaning that one API connection, as our network grows, then we also grow. We have promoted competitive from competitive to collaborative ecosystem, because many of our network partner becomes client and they work together. By that working together, that global crowdsourcing, we have actually reduced. We aim to reduce CO2 emission for the logistics industry. Just to end it off, our closing remark is with logistics. We are making sure that the cross-border creating a cross-border e-commerce supply chain is easy as playing Lego blocks. You just need to choose all your permutation, and pretty much your cross-border e-commerce supply chain is completed. Thank you.
Thank you very much for great speech. So, your questions, guys? Your judges?
Or maybe feedback.
Valid.
Are you offering, what I learned from your presentation is that you're offering the service through API. Are you offering also user interface can be used by mobile and all? I know for first mile it might not be necessarily, but when you're talking about last mile.
Sorry, Mr. Can you repeat your question?
Okay. Are you offering a user interface, or you're just offering the API to the system? If you're offering a user interface, can this be used through the mobile or only through laptops?
Yep. So our system is pretty much for our client and for our network partners. Some of our network partners are local heroes. Example, in Middle East, perhaps we have Wallet Express, who have 20 bikes but don't have a system. So we offer them the system, our DMS, which is similar to TMS for Wallet Express to receive orders through our platform. So clients use it as a unified API platform, but from a network partner point of view, we empower them with the technology that we deploy to them. They may be traditional asset owner, but without the technology.
Thank you.
Hey, Kai.
Hey, yeah, really interesting solution. Can you briefly talk about what kind of funding you raised yet and what you're looking for in your next round?
Yep, we have raised a convertible note of 1.5 to develop our MVP and also product market fit. Interestingly enough, we are raising right now to pretty much to take advantage of our first mover advantage, because globally there is currently no startup which is addressing this blue ocean or the pain point of the logistics provider. And many startup wants to disrupt, but we are actually trying to help the logistics provider, be it the bigger boys or the small boys such as Wallet Express in the Middle East, or even the bigger boys such as Bolore or MERS or whatnot, or whereby they didn't have the technology or the capability to do B2C e-commerce. We are enabling the industry.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Okay. So, Kate, let's continue. Let's move on.
Thank you.
Thanks. The next one is startup number 12, Abby by GoGo Tech.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, great. So, using wheelchairs since 1985, I know firsthand how difficult manual wheelchairs are to use independently. But sadly, last year, the alternatives, only 1 million powered wheelchairs and 1 million mobility scooters were produced for a global market of over 200 million adults with reduced mobility. The scarcity of these powered devices is a gross injustice, but it's also an opportunity. That's what motivates our team, and that's why we created Abby. What's worse is those devices were mostly sold B2B through third-party insurance in developed countries by and large for billions of dollars, but they were intended for use by just a tiny fraction of the addressable market. And that those devices as a category are worth over $4 billion today, and that's expected to more than triple in just the next few years due to the massive unmet need, advances in lithium battery and brushless motor technology, and a halo effect from mass production of other electric vehicle categories like cars, bikes, skateboards, and two-wheel scooters. And while the three-wheel and four-wheel scooters are currently the most affordable powered option, from $900 to a few $1,000s, they're unstable, difficult to maneuver in an indoor home use setting. Anything with handlebars is. Powered wheelchairs can cost tens of thousands of dollars, weigh hundreds of pounds, and still lack smart technology like cameras and sensors for safety or machine vision. There are some power add-on kits and some more expensive four-wheel scooters out in the market that are getting better. There's even great six-figure exoskeleton robotics, but the way we see it, the incumbent industry has failed to offer anything other than low function or extremely high-priced solutions. And so that's where Abby fits in. So let's meet Abby. Abby is loaded with advanced features and will be easy to purchase online, direct, with buy now, pay later financing available for around $3,000. And Abby's features are software enabled. Each of Abby's features solves one of the long-standing issues in the mainstream products, like modular battery packs for unlimited range, the lack of cameras and sensors, and our quick release technology and power assist really make it versatile and give us the largest potential addressable market. Abby snaps together without tools, for example. We bootstrapped from a concept right through initial production. We've met our unit economics targets. We did a 6-week pre-launch campaign, generated dozens of pre-orders and deposits, validating demand. And we got a wait list of over 1,000 customers, proving that people are willing to pay out of pocket for new and better products. My co-founder is from Singularity University. I have a team in Shenzhen that's designed and built battery electric vehicles for decades, and a great marketing lead from consumer products digital agency background. And I'm an experienced software founder. If you believe, as we do, that powered mobility can't remain a privilege for only the wealthy or the well-insured, then we should talk. Thank you.
Thank you, John. So the first question from Kai.
Hey, great pitch. Appreciate that. As someone who spent some time in a wheelchair myself, I certainly understand some of the problems your customers go through. I want to understand the market readiness of the product. Have you produced at scale yet? How are you going to troubleshoot?
So we completed the molds and tooling, so we're ready to manufacture, raising working capital. So yeah, Abby is ready. We have 90% of the software, 100% of the hardware. We're just in fine tuning mode. We have a small punch list on the hardware, and we're raising working capital to launch in the US and start mass production.
Very cool. And one more follow-up, if I may. Are your waitlist customers prepaid or prepaid?
No,
sorry,
no. I got about 50 paid orders, and then I switched to deposits, and then I didn't have working capital for production, so I kind of switched it over to a wait list just to continue validating demand. But until I had production lined up, I don't think the customers can finance my entire launch, and I didn't want to have too many project delays.
No, fair enough. Hopefully they can finance some. Yeah. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kai.
What a great project. Yeah, we got a bunch of them today. What a great project. Really, really cool. Is there any possibility for a service component in that realm that you're seeing as well?
When you say a service component?
On the software end, on the hardware and upgrades.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All this kind of
stuff. I'd love to offer. So right now we're going to go to market for around $3,000. This is a cloud connected with camera, machine vision, and sensors. So we will definitely launch with a modest software subscription, but ultimately I'd like to deliver this hardware as a service over time. But I don't want to, I think we want to go into the market. Since we're disrupting B2C, I want to enter the market with a kind of like a hardware sale with a software add-on, and then I want to turn that dial over time.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Kate, let's move on.
Thanks.
Thank you, John. Next one is the runner-up of the Unicorn Battle Pack, CrossSync from Japan. Yuma, please share your pitch deck.
Hello guys, can you see my slide and hear my voice clearly?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so hi, my name is Yuma Nambu, the CSO at CrossSync, an AI and a medtech startup from Japan. Most people are surprised to learn the facts shown in this slide, but it's true. In fact, in the US, medical error is the third leading cause of patient deaths. Now let's unpack why medical accidents happen. One is the lack of patient management by specialists. In Japan, only 30%, and in the US, less than 15% of ICUs are staffed by full-time specialists. Next, our analysis of cause of the medical incident reveals that many of them are caused by errors in information sharing. Insufficient patient monitoring is another major cause. For example, self-extubation of tubes or catheters tripled in the isolation ward for COVID-19 patients. That's why we developed this critical care monitoring application called IPSEN. Vital signs and patient images are collected in real time from external devices, and IPSEN can also calculate risk scores for patient ability and analyze images of patient facial expressions and body movements to determine the level of consciousness and detect delirium at an early stage. Our primary advantage is the patented AI models for patient stability estimation. Unlike other competitors, we are able to provide a comprehensive stability estimation that includes vital signs related to the patient central nervous system by analyzing live video feed. Our greatest strength is our patented AI technologies for estimating severity of illness and our access to data for developing this technology. In fact, the access to patient data is extremely difficult because it's private and requires obtaining patient consent in advance. So with foundation and a system is being built, and the government, the Japanese government, has granted 250 million yen in research funding since April of this year. The target market size could be at least $560 million, even in the US alone. Obtaining a 15% share is our minimum goal for the next 8 years. The business model is B2B, business targeting acute care hospitals. Our product will be sold as a software license, and the unit price per hospital will be $100,000 per year for 20 ICU beds. We currently have 1 paid user in Japan and plan to install our product to another 4 hospitals in Japan and 2 in India and Taiwan over the next 2 years. The executive teams consist of a critical care specialist physician, AI and healthcare business experts, and a leading AI engineer in Japan. We are currently opening finance round and looking for ecosystem partner, especially for Taiwan and US markets. So if you're interested in our business, please drop me an email or a LinkedIn message. Thanks so much for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Peter, your question, please.
A great technology. However, just like with any other solutions that use, I assume you can use generic cameras. It's the privacy. There's a lot of projects that fail because they just didn't want to put the cameras and monitor patients. And so is your solution based on just the regular camera images, or is it infra, or is it something that actually does not provide clear picture of the patient or view of the patient? Because that might be a concern in deploying this in US for sure.
Thank you for your question, and it's a very good question. And we are currently using the raw data for the patient data, so that it includes the patient face and the body movements and so on. So we need to care about privacy stuff. But in Japan, the privacy stuff is relatively low for the intensive patients. So we prioritize the safety than the patient privacy in that case. Is that correct answer?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Kai? Your question, please?
And if I could just speak on the previous one, I had another venture in a very similar idea. In fact, indeed, the data privacy for video feed within hospitals is very different by geography. I think the US is also fairly lax in that regard, compared to European countries, certainly. I had a question around the integration effort within hospitals. So can you give me a sense of what is the process and how difficult is it to deploy within a new hospital?
Difficulty to deploy our product would be the installing the camera at first, and after that we need to connect to the physiological monitor or the medical ventilator before we use those starters. So it's maybe the one of the highest hurdle to implement our system.
Clear, thanks.
Thank you very much, guys. Kate, who is the next?
Next one is startup number 14, Nayan Technologies, runner-up of the Unicorn Battle Asia. Karan, are you with us?
Yeah, great. Good evening and good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having us, and thank you for the organizers and judges. Great to be here pitching for Nayan again, and before to jog everybody up after lunch perhaps, and being one of the end ones, I'll tell you about a little story about me driving an Uber. So the company Nayan began with me driving an Uber for 3 months, 18 and 16 hours a day, and the formation of the company.
Your pitch deck is not in a full screen, just...
Oh, is it? Okay. No worries. Okay, better?
Yeah, now it's good.
Okay, great. All right, perfect. So, great. So continuing, the journey began with an Uber driver, a poor, humble Uber driver, wanted to learn the tips of trade. And from that began the journey and the focus on the problem statement that's residing in every country, every neighborhood, every city across from the Western nations, US, Canada, Europe, all the way to Eastern nations, India, Thailand, and so on. These are the issues we see every day on the infrastructure side, the broken portals, the infra, vehicles, damaged, garbage collections. We see so many issues in industries, we see issues in compliance, we see issues everywhere. How do you get a hold of issues and problems of a human nature? That is the birth of Nayan. We do deploy AI similar to Google deploys search engines. We deploy AI in a crowdsourced manner on multiple camera sources. We collect things of interest for every industry, business, government, all 24/7, every city that we are connected with. Lots of use cases, and it's done using a very simple application that's downloaded, heavily powered with AI. And you can download this on your mobile phone and you can start driving. Nayan works similar to Pokemon Go and collects nice, amazing Pokemons on the go, which include infra damage, traffic violations, and so on. And we've now spanned multiple vehicles on the platform. We have multiple cities covered, and you can also see the results on traffic.nayan.co. We're also in Europe, Middle East, India, and also starting in the US. The best part, we are people powered. We are an impact positive company. We are focused on making the lives of the poorest of the countries, Africa, India, Asia, a real revelation. We want them to be on their feet and be part of the global economy. Some of our workers are the poorest of the organization. We have more than 1,000 workers now, and they're working to improve our AIs. They're working to find issues on the roads and answer simple questions. And we have around, I think it's around 1,300 at this point. And they use a very simple application that we give to all of them, demographically agnostic. We have some amazing videos. In the interest of time, I'll play them, but I may just skip through them. This is how the AI works, and you can have a quick look. I'll keep the sound off just in case. But you'll be amazed to see some of the AI that works. It's on your smartphones, and how it collects information is remarkable. So I believe this is on mine. I'll probably share the pitch deck as well. Okay, here it is. A typical scene on the road. How you start collecting information is using AI models, which are deployed on your Androids, centrally connected. So you pick up information on the go, whether it's traffic violations, your infrastructure defects. It's collected, put on a map, and supplied to different organizations, businesses, all 24/7 continuously. I'm going to skip ahead and show you some fun stuff as well. So we have over 70 patents globally filed, every major country. And that's how we protect the tech. The market size is huge. It's close to around 3 trillion. And we are targeting the service obtainable market of 75 billion. I think we'll get there. We're doing pretty good on our sales and revenue numbers. We booked about 3 million USD in contract orders from Middle East last year. And we made about 330 converted. This year, we have an ARR targeted 8.8 in a lot of MIS trackers that we are maintaining. It's a very sharp growth. We're growing in all disciplines.
Let's switch to Q&A.
And collecting a lot of partners. Just to conclude, with the recent launch and success, we are now also integrating hardware. So the world's first Spice ice cam is going to be a dash cam that will be AI powered and launched fully indigenously designed and very soon on Kickstarter as well for you to purchase. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you very much. And dear judges, your questions, please. Kai?
Hi, really interesting. Can you talk just a little bit about, the privacy component and what you're doing there? There's a lot of video that's being recorded and sent somewhere.
Yes.
How do you deal with that?
So the videos are recorded. That's for your information to see a normal video. That's AI, but we only extract things of interest for us, like garbage, traffic lights, and so on. So they're basic images of infra, broken tail lights, broken headlights, things like that. So stuff that is not privacy centric, no number plates, no vehicles, no faces. It's fully European GDPR compliant. So nothing is captured on that end. Only the stuff that's interesting for a business to capture.
Very cool. Thank you.
Walid, please.
Great presentation, great technology. My first question would be, is that you focus on so many areas. Do you have a specific niche that you are like focusing on to get the data, to get it validated properly and move to the next? Or
yes, we picked a niche. It's focused on traffic. The infra is smart cities. The thing is, it's similar to a Google search engine. It's hard to say what you search for because AI can pick up a lot of things and put them on a map. So we have now hundreds of AI engines running, a lot of them, tens of them on Androids and hundreds on the cloud. And they're collecting so much information, but we are getting collections interest from even organizations like KPMG, which have nothing to do with traffic, but they want something cool. And the subscription cost is about 1,500 USD a month. It's very simple, very nominal, and you can collect all your fleet information. But as an Uber driver myself, I'm passionate about traffic transportation. So that's we started picking up logistics companies, their fleets, monitoring their health of the fleet, the trucks, the vehicles, the smoke, the broken issues. And also because living in a third world country, also in the US, I was there for 11 years, we want to capture infrastructure defects. It is impossible to capture it at the moment. It's so much little all over the world. So so smart cities infra is next in line. Right now, very heavily focused on traffic fleets and so on.
Last quick question. Do you send the video over the air or you just send the images you are interested in?
Only the images that you want, unless you have an agreement and you are lawfully allowed to collect and retain yourself a video, like a police or a government, and you're allowed to see the number plates and faces. Only then we can collect the videos on your behalf. Otherwise, it's not required.
Thanks a lot. Let's ask the rest questions in chat. And the next startup is number 15, Proven Med from the United Arab Emirates. Winner of the Unicorn Battle Middle East and Africa.
And I would like to remind you, dear judges and guests, that you need to vote. Please do it. Vote for all startups. It's very important. Thank you.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you see my slide?
We can hear you, but don't see your slide. Share your pitch deck with us.
Okay. now you should be seeing it.
Yeah, now it's okay. Yeah, you can start. Thank you.
Excellent. Hello, everybody. My name is Suhail Gesum. I'm the CEO of ProvenMed, a company that specializes in urinary incontinence. Our friend Omar has been suffering from this condition for more than a decade. Urinary incontinence is the loss of urine control. This translates in an overall decrease in quality of life, some psychological distress, and most of all, tract infections. Omar has been testing all existing solutions in the market, adult diapers and pads, uncomfortable, bring isolation, skin rash, and urinary tract infections.
I'm sorry. Could you check your sound, please? We hear you, but very bad.
Okay. Is it better now?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Let's try.
So Omar has been testing all existing solutions in the market, adult diapers and pads, which are uncomfortable, bring isolation, skin rash, and urinary tract infections. Condom catheters, inconvenient and expensive, bring skin irritation and urinary tract infections. And indwelling catheters, invasive and very painful. So we at ProvenMed came up with that great innovation, ActiveGo. An external catheter made of biomedical silicone will capture urine and take it down to a collector. So ActiveGo is comfortable, it's non-invasive, it's infection preventive, as it is the only product in the market that includes a washing system, and it's cost effective as it is reusable. Looking at the market landscape, the total available market is $31.4 billion, and serviceable obtainable market is $237 million. We outsource manufacturing to China, South Korea, and Japan, and we sell through medical devices distributors who take it to nursing homes, pharmacy chains, elderly care stores, and hospitals. As said, my name is Suhail Gesum. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I hold a master in mathematics and an MBA, and existed successfully 2 businesses before. My partner and co-founder Amin Stali is the CTO. He's also a serial entrepreneur. And Professor Nidal holds a PhD in nuclear astrophysics. He brings the science spark to the company. As said, we launched ActiveGo. We are launching in a couple of months Comfy, which is the female version. And in 2024, we are launching ActiveGo Smart, which is a connected garment. We are present today in about 13 markets. By the end of this year, we'll be present in 18 markets and be in 70 markets by 2025. We do have 3 patents. We will be at 7 patents by the end of this year, expecting to be at 40 patents by 2025. We received many recognitions. MIT Pan-Arab.
But time is over.
Yes, the last numbers. So ending this year at $1.2 million, expecting to be at $100 million by 2025 with an EBITDA of 58 million, and still this is less than 0.5% of total market. We don't make adult diapers, we make adults confident. Thank you.
Thank you. Gaio, please.
You're muted probably. Gaio, you are muted probably. Check please.
Thank you, Lena. Yeah, I was, well, sorry.
Okay.
Great presentation. I know that we have already discussed on your pitching event previously. Nevertheless, I would like to remind once more about your traction, as I have seen that your growth went exponentially, like 3 times between 2020 and 2021. Can you elaborate why, why you are expecting that you're going to break even in 2023? And what kind of a methodology did you use while you were forecasting your financial revenue? And additionally, can you elaborate more on your competitive landscape, as I haven't seen that slide yet?
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So
you're welcome.
We've been investing a lot in R&D. and marketing. So these are two pillars of our investment. To build our product, we invested a lot of money. We are launching also the female product, which is a heavy investment, and the connected government is also a heavy investment. So to launch these products and active go from a country to another, this requires a lot of investment. So now we are getting traction, we are getting sales, and we are trying to break even. So we're expecting to break even by 2023. We're going to find some competitors. For example, Coloplast is the first competitor with $800 million sales per year. It's a kind of condom that will roll on the male organ, but with glue. So when you take it off, this creates a lot of irritation and a lot of tract infections. What we are doing is bringing a product that is 100% comfortable and will bring back dignity to people. No pain, no tract infection, no irritation. So you will be living a normal life absolutely without any pain, without any discomfort.
Thanks for the answer. If there's any other judge who want to intervene, I would ask also, what about your licensing? I mean, licensing your patents. Are you in the process of doing that, or can you tell us a bit about it?
Now, we have 3 patents that are granted. Of course, we had the PCT before. We have 3 patents that are granted, and we have applied for many other patents that are under review. So expecting to be at 7 by the end of this year, and 7 or 8, sorry, and about 40 by the end of 2025.
Thank you.
We are also FDA approved and CE approved, just for information.
Thank you very much for thoroughly answering my questions, and good luck in your future endeavor.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Any other questions, guys? Okay, let's move on, Kate.
Yeah, it's time for the last but not least startup for today, number 16, runner-up of the Unicorn Battle APAC, Diversely.io. Helen, are you ready to finish this picture session?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi. Am I ready to go?
Please.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. We're Diversely, last but hopefully not least. My name's Helen Mcguire. I'm the CEO and co-founder of the business, and Diversely is here to increase workplace diversity through D&I tech. Myself and my co-founder met several years ago. We've been in the D&I space for over 10 years, and really met with challenge. Sorry? We really met with the challenge of the lack of D&I data that was available to workplaces. In fact, we found that 85% of companies had put in place D&I practices, yet only 20% were achieving their goals. 10% have no way to track diversity whatsoever, and even more couldn't understand the success that they were achieving within D&I. The vast majority was spending money on D&I events and panels and training, which is not scalable and not ROI trackable. And there's a huge amount of pressure to deliver on diversity, both internally and externally, with candidates expecting D&I to be at the top of their decision list when making a decision about joining a new company. We created Diversely, which is a data-driven solution. It's a D&I platform that helps businesses to track, measure, and attract diverse talent globally. You can see here the D&I dashboard, which sits at the very heart of our business. We then use 3 inclusive recruitment tools, all automated, to help businesses to improve inclusive communications, reach broader talent, and reduce human bias in the recruitment of new talent to their business. That's resulted in twice as much relevant talent applying, an increase of 70% in the diversity of that candidate pipeline, and halving the time and money it takes to do the job. We're a B2B SaaS. We operate on a yearly subscription basis for businesses globally, operating across numbers of jobs and numbers of users on the platform, and we integrate with multiple ATSs. Our main USPs are around the fact that we're data-driven and compliant globally. We track across 5 diversity elements, and we're easy to use, whether integrated or not integrated. We've been in the market now for just over 6 months, and we've driven a pipeline of over $3 million US. You can see some of the 13 clients that we've already onboarded so far. This is a little bit of what they have to say. So that obviously seeing improvements in the diversity of their pipelines. They're improving their business rate wins. And of course, it's all compliant globally. We're a global remote first team, uniquely positioned to do this job, having spent over 10 years in this industry and now having built a unique tech platform to tackle the problem. Here's a quick QR code if you want any more information about us and the industry, and happy to hear your questions.
Thank you very much for great speech. And the judges, the questions, please. Kai.
Hi, thanks for the presentation. Really interesting tool. Certainly a topic that's not going to go away anytime soon, which is awesome. Question I have is, are you integrating with any of the big HR systems on the market, like a Bamboo and so on?
Yes. So we're currently integrated with over 20. We're also on 4 marketplaces, so JobAdder, Bullhorn, Recruity, and Greenhouse, with more being added on a weekly basis.
Cool. Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, guys? Yes, please. That means, Anna, that the stage is yours.
Thank you, Lena, so much. Dear startups, I remind you, it was only first session. When America wakes up, we're going to have a second session. It will be in 6 hours, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check my schedule. Yes, in 6 hours, our second session will start. Please be on time, judges. Please make sure that you voted for all the startups. That's for our algorithm to work correctly, because every startup needs to be a winner. And now we have a little bit of time for little feedback, because, dear judges, please use this opportunity to help startups you appreciate to win. Give them feedback, what they need to correct, maybe what they need to lighten up in their pitch more. The stage is yours. Use it if you would like to, because like the final result will be known after the second session, because we'll have American judges, Latin American judges, Canadian judges, and some European judges joining us. So, and after they vote, we combine all the votes and reveal the winner. Okay, who would like to give feedback? Please use this opportunity. Yes, Walid, go ahead.
I think the quality is really great for all the startup that has been participating today. I believe everybody is a winner. A bit excited to see a lot of bioscience and original stuff that's solving, critical problems. And I wish for all the contestants good luck with their endeavors.
Wonderful. Thank you, Walid, so much. Kai?
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks to everybody at Unicorn.Events, Kate, Lena, everybody keeping this going so strong under extraordinary circumstances for some of you. Was a really strong field, as Walid said as well. There's some real-world problems that are being solved here, which is awesome. One tip I want to give, and I've seen this a bunch of times, is that it instead of speaking faster, if you have very limited time to do your pitch, really think about what is the information that is important to relay in that tiny amount of time, a couple of minutes that you do, that will really help to get your message across. It's harder to follow if you speak faster, then you can put more information into time, but it's not necessarily helping.
Thank you, Kai, so much. Yes, you're absolutely right. Startups, and also I would like to add, when you reply to the questions from judges, please be loquacious, because many more judges this way will be able to ask you, and you will have an opportunity to talk about many more subjects rather than giving long answer to one question, because really the time is limited. Albana?
Yes, thank you very much. Following up throughout the season, I am really impressed with how the startups that I've seen before have improved on their pitches and on taking in feedback and so on. So congratulations for that. A really high quality of pitches. as was previously said, and tackling some really difficult issues. I would like to encourage the startups that are taking questions to also use the chat function to reply, because sometimes time is very limited. You might not really have opportunity to reply right away. So that's something that might be useful. And yes, highlight what you want to say. You can't cover everything in 3 minutes. Just considering the stage you're at, if you're looking for partnerships, for investors, whatever, just try to highlight that it's not the same pitch that you have to give every single time.
Thank you, Albana. And Omar?
Yeah, so this was an amazing field. I've attended so many events with you guys over the past year, and I have never rated this many startups as a 5. I mean, it's really
it's world finals. The best made it to the final.
I know, and you know what? This is probably the only competition where the delivery has lived up to the hype. Like,
thank you.
All the founders here, you guys are incredible. I think that you are going to change the world in the spaces that you're operating in. And Anna, Kate, Lena, thank you so much for pulling this together. I don't know how you guys manage it every single time. Spot on time, just incredible. Great job, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Omar, so much for your kind words. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lena and Kate. Our first session is over. We are going on a little break. Startups, you can catch up with your sleep, with your food, to fill up the energy, because second session is also very important. You have the second chance. Judges, I will be really glad to see you, and see you all online. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Can you please
make sure to post the results online somewhere? LinkedIn.
Please. Okay. Yes, sure. It will be, as always. And can we have video, please, for the video break?